there.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me to come and speak about my experience in the military. First, I'm going to start by saying my name is Carmen Rodriguez. I was born in Santo Domingo. And in 1960, my parents came to the USA in the Bronx. I'm sorry. They came to the Bronx. Okay, 2 years later, they sent for us. There's 5 of us. Okay? 3 girls and 2 boys. I grew up very happy, outgoing, excellent student. I graduated from John F. Kennedy High School. Very popular, outgoing, I'm sorry. Okay? Before I graduated in 1974, there was a program for the military, 1 year to sign up, and then when you graduate from high school, you go to boot camp. Okay, so I did that. And in 1975, I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and I did basic training, and I took a course in being a secretary, because at that time, they didn't offer the female veterans much, either medical or secretary. So I ended up being a secretary, and I was stationed in Fort Jackson, South Carolina for 3 years. And I loved it. I loved it. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it all over again. But my family was in New York, and I miss my family, and I love New York. I always lived here. I've been living here for years, since I was a child. And I came back to New York, and I became a full-time recruiter in Manhattan. And I'm very good at that time, very good at it, because I have a big mouth, I'm outgoing, friendly, very attractive, and I loved doing what I was doing, right? I was in my unit, there was like 500-600 men, and there was only 2 female veterans. And of course, because of my personality and my look, and of course I have a big mouth, it backfired on me, okay? I was being harassed for many, many years. I was being touched, I was being pushed around, okay? I didn't keep my mouth shut. I would speak out, and I would go to my commander, to my bosses, and speak out, and they would just tell me, listen, why are you attractive? I would say, sir, listen, please transfer me. You can't just get out of the military. You gotta get a discharge, or you gotta get transferred by your commander or your boss. You can't just walk out like a regular job and quit. And they did not allow me to leave. So for many, many years, I was being sexually harassed, until finally I got raped by my boss. And I ended up in the psych ward because I tried to kill myself. And I was there for about 2 or 3 months. And thank you, I'm sorry, okay? I'm just getting emotional because it's something that I don't talk about much. And when I came out, they gave me my discharge, and thank God it was honorable. And I thought I was gonna function in New York City, and I kept going from job to job. I was working with the police department, and as soon as my boss, of course men, would start harassing me or trying to, do whatever, I would quit. Then I ended up being in a daycare center. My boss was a man. He was trying to harass me. Again, I quit. I ended up going from job to job, and I didn't understand what was wrong with me. And before I got out of the military, I put on like 300 pounds, okay? Because I took it out on myself. I was eating. Thank God it wasn't drugs or booze or anything like that, but I did take it out on eating, and I became diabetic, okay? And of course, many years went by, and I didn't know what was wrong with me until I went to the Bronx VA Hospital, and my endoclinic doctor, of course, I became diabetic from being obese, and also my father was diabetic, and it runs in the family. My endoclinic doctor, Dr. Greenberg, she said to me, listen, Carmen, you gotta lose the weight, and I want you to go see a psychiatrist, because very easily I would snap. You couldn't even speak to me, okay? You couldn't be, I was really, really bad. I would stab you, okay? My turning point was that because of a situation that I created, I was gonna end up in jail for 25 years, but thank God, I started getting help at the Bronx VA Hospital, losing the weight. They put me in a program, and I started seeing a psychiatrist. Of course, I have post-traumatic stress from the trauma, and I'm diabetic from the military, and I have other health issues. I'm gonna be 58 April 7, 19, I was born in 1956, and my birthday's pretty soon, and I got the help at the Bronx VA Hospital, of course, with God's help, and I put a claim, okay, and for a while they kept denying me, and I had no patient, and then I was praying to God because I was gonna get evicted from my apartment, and I was praying to God. I said, what am I gonna do? I'm sick, because I got very ill mentally and physically, and I couldn't work. And my doctors gave me letters telling me from the VA hospital that I cannot work. Okay, so I said, what am I gonna do? I live alone, I have to pay my bill, and I kept praying and crying, and God said, listen, Carmen, I gave you a gift. Okay, so do it. And I said, what gift did you give me? You know what gift? Your big mouth. So do it. So what I did was, at the Bronx VA Hospital in the cafeteria, that's where my office was. While God was helping me, I was helping veterans with their claim, housing, apartment, anything they needed, okay? I would do my very best to help them, and I was so successful, and I used to tell them, it's not me, this is through God, okay? So then I started doing group meetings, especially for the female, okay, because the females are the ones that are mostly neglected in the military and also in civilian. We all know this, female, right? Okay, so I started helping the female, and I met Sandy Rowland in a meeting, one of the meetings that at the vet center. The group started in the vet center, and we were getting between Sandy and a couple of girls that were like 30, 40, 50 female veterans coming to the meeting, and we started helping them. And we voted on the name Military Women in Power. Sandy suggested it, so we decided to call the group Military Women in Power. It's a non-profit organization, but myself, I not only help female veterans, but I also help anybody that comes to me. Thank God right now I have an office in Harlem inside of a pharmacy that the owner of the pharmacy is a veteran, and I helped him. So he said, Carmen, since you helped me get this pharmacy, I'm gonna do an office in the pharmacy, so you could help anybody you want. But my passion is helping veterans in general. And I do help civilian around the area. And thank God the Bronx Borough President gave Sandy and I an award for helping veterans. And also Senator Ruth Thompson, she gave us an award for helping veterans. And it's going around, even politicians from Manhattan, being aware that we're helping veterans. But this doesn't come from me, trust me, it comes from God. Thank you and God bless.